What's
What
up,
it
OG, triple
do?
OG?
It's your man.
OG, triple,
You
triple.
know what it is? We got some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? How many in the chitnet? Okay. Well, check it out. I don't even know where to start. It's so much going on out here. But I guess let's go. What happened? Go ahead.
No, I thought you.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we probably need to really address the thing where my brother from the Fab Five, Chris Webber, name is in the news now, and Chris Webber has a video out now where a lot of stuff he's not happy about.
The internet is undefeated, huh? That's why I'm gonna give this friendly reminder to some of my friends out there that you can't believe everything you read, see, or hear on the internet, especially when they're all lies. No proof, just made up lies. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to issue my one and only advisory. If you have a platform and you have content with my name attached to lies, take it down now. And to those that started the rumor, that started the lies and then continued to spread the lies, I dare you not to take it down. I dare you to repeat a lie. You're not going to defame my name. Of course, the lawyers are in action. Of course, the lawyers are in motion and are motivated. But that's that.
And I want to say to the brother Chris Webber, man, do you know once your name is out there, all of these people who do these, especially the AI videos, they're cowards who are going to hide behind a credit card that you're going to pay lawyers to go and deal with, and it's going to lead to so many dead ends. I know what it feels like to be misrepresented when people speak. Trust me. But brother Chris, man, they gonna come up with, they gonna lie about this, they gonna lie about that. It's part of this world called the internet.
You're goddamn right.
You really can't believe everything you see on the internet that they say about people, but what the fuck is true? That's what we want to know. Is everybody off with what they say, brother Chris, about what's happening? Because people get information and people say, I don't like the fact that people say, oh, he talking about Corey and 5150. So we didn't say nothing about him like that, because I watched again what we said.
Yeah.
Chris, you said you heard,
Right.
and we heard things about this, that, and the other. And I was talking about having people over around your wife, and I stand on everything I said. Because I wouldn't have no man in my house hanging with my wife.
Hell no.
So with that being said, I would say to my brother Chris, who was, you know what I'm saying, phenomenal in college. He did, I mean, the NBA, he got his money, you know what I'm saying? What we want to know, since you're coming on the internet, is what happened, brother. And you used to say, it ain't none of your business, but I saw something where you was talking about it. So it is the business of the internet. Everything you put on the internet is gonna be in people's business, especially if you are a famous person that people want to be able to say something bad about anyway. Because I get people saying stuff about me, and I watch some of it, and I'll be like, you're so off. What are you talking about? That's not even what happened. But whatever happened, brother Chris, maybe you should put it out there on the internet instead of putting it out there about the lawyers, because, man, You ain't finna chase these garbage ass pages of AI down with lawyers because it's too expensive. The world is full of scumbags. They're gonna do things to not be straight up. They don't care about being straight up. In fact, some of them want to misrepresent the truth. We hope that you can tell the truth about what happened because the truth is the truth. And if it comes out in bits and pieces, why don't you stand on what you did? Because something happened, didn't it?
It never happened.
Huh? Something happened, brother. You know what I'm saying? Something happened and it's out there. And I think it's better if you give your word about what happened instead of saying, you know, hey, lawyers on deck. It was good to see him again, too, because I ain't seen Chris Webber.
Yeah, real
You know what
true.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here go brother Chris. A lot of us, especially people who are basketball fans, we know you. We root for you, but if you was smashing old boy wife, put it out there because it's out there.
Yeah, we were the last of the people. That
People
actually,
talk
it was
about
all
like,
over the,
man, almost everybody smashes somebody's wife.
You damn right.
Man, this is America, man. Ain't nobody straight up, man. The women ain't straight up, the men ain't straight up. But I tell you what, the truth is something that has no alibi. That's what I say.
100%.
You know, I don't want none of y'all to say nothing about it if you don't feel to say nothing.
I mean, you know, I know with ex-athletes, especially the ones on that level, a Chris Webber level, dominant, they're not used to, you know, just people having opinions, or they don't really understand the landscape of what we do as artists. We're just talking about public information.
Internet story.
Yeah.
and it was really out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been
We
out
ain't
there.
hiding behind AI. We
Nah,
right here.
but we love you. But as comedians, you know, we're sensitive, but we also have thicker skin than the average person. And most athletes ain't used to the level of scrutiny that we're, you know, that we.
No, but hold on. Let me say something. I ain't no coward, motherfucker.
I'm no punk bitch.
If you was fucking that dude wife while they was married, you a dirtbag for that.
You big dummy.
Straight up.
You a dirtbag for that. If that's what happened. But I'm saying, like, that don't make me hate you, because I done fuck people wife. Huh? It's just I'm not Chris Webber. So it ain't like it is with you, brother. They this is something where they got somebody that major broadcasting companies have put money behind. So of course they're gonna run with it more with you. But yeah, I mean, girl get smashed.
Don't get mad at us, man. Men that relationship with Jalen Rose.
Say that again.
I said, don't be mad at us. Men that relationship with Jalen Rose, man.
What you say about
You know, him and
Jalen
Jalen Rose, they ain't seen eye to eye in years because of something that happened at Michigan with the booster.
Who ain't seen eye to eye?
Jalen Rose and Chris Webber.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's something that I
heard
would
about
publicly work on that, because you brothers made history together. You know, show us who you are through the relationships, you know, you build and cherish, man. But all this hearsay shit that's going on with the shit we talk about on these podcasts, man, that ain't shit, man. We love you out here.
What about
bro.
the sensitivity of athletes? It's crazy because I saw Jalen Rose on the plane, and I think Jalen Rose is a very pleasant individual. I think he goes out his way to be a good guy.
Right.
I really feel that about Jalen Rose.
Right.
But even though he was speaking to me, one day when I said something about old girl on ESPN,
Oh, that's right, because he was married to her?
yeah,
Oh.
I could tell it kind of bothered him. But I'm like, that ain't even your wife no more. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to bring up Jalen Rose, throw Jalen Rose's name in the motherfucking mix on some bullshit. But what I'm saying is, it seems like athletes are very sensitive about their business. But homie, if you messing with a Molly off ESP, you dig? Your business gonna be out there. I love you, brother. I know Jalen Rose a good guy.
They said they made up. Well, that's cool. I mean,
Well,
you know,
I'm glad they made
yeah.
up because they, like you said, they part of history.
But,
I'm
yeah.
just bringing out these sensitive athletes, man. Come on, man.
But I think what it is, Corey, too, is that just what you said. They are athletes. They are not. This is new. This world of internet and people having access to people's business or what they think is their business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
right,
they're not
right.
used to that. So even though they're sensitive athletes, I don't think they're not used to that.
That's the
on
word,
court
D.
and-
The business they think, because
Right.
their salary is put out there.
Right.
A lot of their business is put out there.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
now-
And we can't clash with people like Chris Webber
Yeah.
and Jalen Rose on no sensitive shit.
Nah, hell
I'm
no.
never finna talk crazy about Jalen Rose or Chris Webber, because I would be lying if I didn't. Man, I was like, oh, it's awesome to watch these guys
Man.
put it together. You get what I'm saying? That'd
Straight
be some
up.
hypocritical shit. But we fucking hoes.
Do I smell a whore?
Is that? Look, Doug Christie's wife would be considered a whore.
If this is true, right? Yeah.
What? We hoes, if it get out there, don't hide from it, because it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Now, if you are messing with men,
I'm not gay no more.
I don't give a how great an athlete you are. You got to get. But I'm saying, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Smashing 304s like the people who want the internet dollars to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's misinformation out there, man. You can't fight it out.
All right, everybody's talking about the Chris Webber and Doug Christie thing. Me, myself, I wouldn't want nobody telling lies on me. And, you know, another name for it is bearing false witness. And that's something serious, you know. In the Bible, it says, you know, somebody bearing false witness should be put to death. So for me, I want to apologize to Chris Webber and also Doug Christie and also his wife. I called Chris Webber a scumbag, and I called Doug Christie's wife a whore and a raggedy bitch. So I want to apologize for that. And also, I'm going to take down the video that I done of it, because, again, I wouldn't want nobody telling lies like that on me and, you know, to still have it up. I can say that I got by the AI one time online on Facebook, and it was just me sharing a post. And somebody told me, you know, that like that's AI. I did a little bit more investigating it, and true enough, it was AI. I didn't do my research with this Chris Webber thing. I just put my video out, you know what I'm saying, taking Corey Holcomb as, you know, he good, he A1 or whatever, as far as with information. They usually do their research, but on this one, it's obvious they didn't do their research. So, you know, that's a lesson learned for me, you know, because I'm a straight up guy, you know. Just like Corey said, you got to be a scumbag to want to have relations with another man's wife, even though he said that he's had relations with other men's wives. So he actually is calling himself a scumbag. And I don't agree with it. You know, a man messing with another man's wife. You know, it's a lot of women out here for a man to have 2 or 3 or 4 or even more, you know, other than going and messing with another man's wife. I'm not the one to put false information out, you know, on nobody. I don't care if they my enemy, you know what I'm saying? I'm still not going to put false information out and it's not true. I agree with Corey where he says that, you know, a lot of wives get smashed and it's wrong. And the reason that I talk about it because these women should be shamed and something should be done other than somebody just talking about it and saying you wrong and stuff like that. You know, in the Bible, it was laws that something had to happen to these women for doing these type of adultery acts or whatnot. I mean, these women should be put out on the forefront, you know, because you made a covenant not only with your husband, but you also made a covenant with God. And for you to break that covenant, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reasons or selfish reasons that you have to do it, it's just no excuse for it. What I have my channel for is that I talk about public information. You know, if it go on the internet, then, you know, I might talk about it if I feel like I want to talk about this subject and then put my moral stance on it. So, you know, this whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Again, I want to apologize to these people, Chris Webber, Doug Christie, and also Doug Christie's ex-wife. I want to apologize for putting this information out there without doing my own research. And I seen people in my comments saying that, you know, that wasn't his daughter. That was her daughter from a previous relationship. Y'all should do your research. I agree with you. I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that I was wrong. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole thing and what Corey said as far as did he do it or not and all that stuff. Look, I don't know if he did it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it should come out. So, with that being said, y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. It's your man, y'all already know what it is. To the next video is Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.